morning.
Good morning.
What is your name?
My name is Lee Kangwon.
What do you do?
I'm the museum director of World Jewellery Museum.
Oh, wow. What made you want to open a museum?
Jewelries which I collected ordered me to open the museum.
Okay. Where are we?
Now in front of my birthplace, now is a Bukchon Temple. We are facing the Gyeongbokgung Royal Palace. And then I'm going to show you the Samcheongdong area and then museum.
What is your favorite thing about Samcheongdong?
You know, the history accumulated about 600 years. And then a lot of the museums and the galleries, which I like very much.
How many countries have you lived in?
Oh, I lived in 9 countries from
And
Africa to South America.
so, what is your favorite country that you lived in?
Oh, it's very hard to tell, but Ethiopia in Africa and then Argentina in South America.
And what do you miss the most about living abroad?
Uh, people and the culture.
What is your favorite season?
Oh, definitely autumn. Now is a very, important holidays in Korea, like Thanksgiving. So is near Gyeongbokgung Palace so crowded and noisy. So we escape to the alley, small alley, but oh, I'm really surprised, even though I'm living here, it's a big change here. You know, it was like an abandoned place, but now it changed a very fancy restaurant. Oh, it's a surprise to me.
Do you like the new change in the area?
Yeah, we can avoid it. Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
When was the last time you were in this alley?
No, it's a not long time ago, several months ago. I'm always in, walk around here, but it's a surprise and a very nice change, because I think the countries or cities, even small alleys, is a they are breaking, So the change is inevitable, I think.
We have a group of very beautifully
You can,
dressed ladies passing us by.
yeah.
What is your
They are,
favorite
they are
color?
wearing the Korean dress. So nice. Hi.
Just hold that can
So beautiful you are.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, even small alleys is now very crowded and noisy. So it's a festive mood, so we can complain.
You mentioned that you were born in Samcheongdong. Do you have like early memories?
Yeah, actually, I was born here. So in every corner over here, I can find the small pieces of myself. So it's very emotional to me.
You're wearing some amazing jewelry today. Can you explain what you're wearing?
Yeah, right. This necklace from my Italian friend Paola. This is made by Italian artist Marina and Susanna Sant. They are living in Murano Island near Venice, so which I like very much. And then this enormous watch, but it is one of my favorite pieces. because it's by actually unknown artist in 1930s. So I really surprised at the time. Some artists can make this gold necklace, a gold they watch. That's always, the inspiring something to me. Mhm.
Do you mind showing us a closer look?
Oh, why not?
It's in the shape of a heart, the
Yeah,
face of the watch.
yeah. It's very sweet also.
And the necklace, you mentioned it's made of
Bees, Murano bees, actually.
so glass.
Yeah, glass bees.
Oh.
Yeah. It's very light, but it's given me some inspiration to the beauty to me. So I like to wear it.
Do you wear jewelry every day?
Yeah, certainly. I'm the director of World Jewellery Museum. Jewelry is myself.
So this is a more like a personal question. What comes first when you wake up in the morning? Do you first think about what dress you're going to wear or what jewelry you're going to wear?
Oh, frankly, jewelry.
When did you first start wearing jewelry?
I think it's not exact, but 4 or 5 years old.
That's quite early.
I'm very matured.
Do you remember what that jewelry was?
Yeah, it was 놀이개, the Korean the ornament. It is a gift from my grandmother. So, oh, actually, you can see here. It is a 놀이개. It's quite different, bigger than this, but it is a 놀이개 anyway.
Did you receive many presents from your mother or your grandmother?
Yes,
I mean,
quite
jewelry
pieces.
presents?
Yeah.
Do you know all the alleys in the area?
Yeah, most of them. It was really like a hidden alleys before, but maybe quite near here, in 100 meters here, from here, the Lee Kangwon, the ex-chairman of Samsung, he donated more than 20,000 art pieces to the country. So the Museum of Lee Kangwon will open maybe 3 years later. So this alleys changed to hot place, hot alleys, not hidden alleys.
There's so many museums in the area. Has it
Oh.
always been like this?
Yeah, museums and the galleries. Maybe it's a much bigger than Museum Mile in New York. Yeah, it's a countless galleries, museums around the Samcheong area.
The area is constantly changing. Do you have any concerns about there being too many changings happening?
Yeah, it's a really, between. Is it? I know the change is inevitable for the megapolis city like Seoul, but also we must keep our tradition and the history. Especially this Samcheong area is very important. It's the only place to us showing our 600 years history. So I am really concerned that the big change, but luckily our government they made a very law very strict to develop this area, especially the Korean traditional house, the Hanok. So at least we can, keep not the big change villa place anymore.
Were these homes previously like private residences?
Yeah,
Did you know any of the people living here?
yeah. Actually, she passed away, but she's older than me, maybe 30 years. But she was quite friend, which I found in Samcheongdong. She lived this house.
Now it's very quiet here.
Yeah. So even you can hear the birds singing, the wind. So it's the good point, good attraction of the Samcheong area, Even in 50 meters, you can see the completely changed world.
You must have so many items in your collection. Do you know the number of pieces you have?
Wow, maybe 5,000 pieces
Wow.
approximately.
Did you pick every single piece by yourself?
Yeah, quite almost. Yeah.
So this is probably a very difficult question, but what is your favorite piece from your collection?
Yeah, it's a really difficult question. Yeah, it's like uh, my children, which one I like more. But I like the most pre-Columbian pieces, gold pieces from Colombia. It's a very good messages to me because it's by our ancestor. So it's very meaningful to me. You can see the very young artist. It's a very creative artist. Many the shops like that in around the Samcheong area too. Not the museums and the galleries, but also very young artists live here, they making their works.
I'm seeing a lot of these local neighbors greeting you.
Yeah.
How long have you lived actually? Because you've been living abroad for so many years. How long have you lived? Have you gone back
About
to your
20
birthplace?
years. I came here 2004, opened the museum, and I found my shelter here too. So it's almost 20 years, yeah, already. Wow, even here, because here is very old area, many trees, and then flowers too.
We're turning here, and this area feels like it's very important.
Yeah, it was here, the like military facilities, but it's now changed to the uh, contemporary museum. So it's I also participated in that movement, very actively. I wrote the column in the major newspapers too, because the contemporary museum should be located here. So it was very successful. And then the most big changes around this area.
Why was it so important to have the Contemporary Art Museum
The
located here?
contemporary museum, it was actually located in the Gyeonggi-do Gwacheon. It's a very far So it is nonsense, Every country, the contemporary museum located at the heart of the city. So it's like should be here, no more questions. So I'm very happy.
There's some very old, traditional buildings I'm noticing in front of the
Yeah.
museum.
Yeah, it was original place, but it was moved when military government they changed to move this Jongchimbu to the Jongno library, not so far from here. But when they after built the contemporary museum, they decide to, locate to the original place. So it was a good combination with the contemporary museum and our old facility. It was the house of our Lee dynasty's the record like. So yeah, it is yeah good decision.
Do you have a favorite spot here?
Yeah, many spot I like it. Yeah, especially the backdrop of the contemporary museum, which I like very much.
So going back to your jewelry collection,
Wow.
is there any piece you regret not buying?
Yeah, some are always, I'm very greedy.
There are many pieces you regret not buying?
Yeah, it's hard to pick up. Yeah, I always very, very greedy with jewelry. It is like I'm contaminated that, also collecting virus. So it's hard to stop. And then always I miss something. In Morocco, there's Berber people. I like their jewelry very much, but it is very hard to get it. Even now, I miss this so much. They are very nice. The silver jewelry, it's very, very beautiful. Mhm. Oh, it is a very, very good combination, old and new. So you can see the Korean traditional architecture with the color we call the dancheong, and on top of the roof there's something, animals and the things we call the japsang.
So did you grow up in one of these homes?
Yeah, actually, my grandmother was the fourth wife of last Gojong Emperor. So I was born in small palace. That house was like a miniature like this. So
And that's where we were in the beginning.
yeah. The temple was exact place of that palace, but now it's gone. It's a very noise with the bicycle sound. It was because of Corona. Pandemic brought the big change of our daily life. Before we went out for lunch or dinner, but now, many of us, including me, we ordered the food because in pandemic period, we cannot go out, restaurant closed. So it was, new culture, a new wave of our daily life. Mm.
It's interesting you mentioned the pandemic because a lot of people were wearing amulets during this time because they felt they needed extra protection.
Mhm.
So, do you believe gemstones have powers as many ancient cultures believed?
Oh yes, absolutely, because it's all the gemstones. They contain the energy of Earth. So yeah, definitely they have that power.
So, do you prefer gold or silver?
Wow. Yeah, silver.
Emerald or amber?
Oh, both.
Is it possible to choose?
No.
And are there any pieces in your collection that will remain private forever?
Uh, oh, it's it's very hard to tell. But the amber from my grandmother is very meaningful. It's it's more than the price to me.
So we're now crossing the street. Are we entering a different area?
Yeah, it's a more commercial area, right? Yeah, many restaurants and bakeries, of course, galleries. It's like my palm. I can always, I know everywhere, every corner.
We're in such a culturally important area here right now. Why do you think the preservation of culture is so important?
The culture has the enormous power to us. So the without culture, maybe we can raise like everyday meal, you know. That's what I think.
You're also a poet. What is your favorite or most precious word to you?
Uh, longing.
So, what are the two words you would use to describe yourself?
Uh, First of all, my uncontrollable curiosity and also uncontrollable adventure. Like,
And what would you say is the most adventurous thing you've done in your life?
uh, the it's a very very rare and experience. I met the guerrilla leader in Colombia. Yeah, that was very 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 impressive and unusual meeting because he was he, in the middle of the mountain, the southern part of Colombia. That at the time government, the president actually wanted to negotiate to bring the peace in Colombia. I was invited than meeting as a journalist.
So were there many times in your life when your life was in danger because you were in search of your jewelry?
Yeah, many, many times, especially in Africa and in South America. Yeah, many times I was in danger because jewelry is not easy, especially the ethnic jewelry is not easy to get it. So I was in danger to get it.
And what are you most excited about these days?
It is not easy to accustom to it, but I'm very much interested in digital things.
And what makes you feel the most confident in yourself?
Uh, with jewelry,
And what
absolutely.
in another life, what would you be doing?
Oh, collecting jewelry,
How do you define beauty?
beauty, uh, by confidence. Mhm.
What is the best piece of advice you received?
Uh, be yourself.
And what would you say to people who don't like jewelry or who don't know jewelry?
Oh, wow. It's hard to see the people not like jewelry, but open your mind. Yeah.
So we are finally now in front of your
Yeah,
museum.
yeah. It's my museum. I'm very proud of it.
So thank you so much for showing the area and also the way to your museum.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Yeah.